Welcome back to your first guitar lesson of the term. Today we're not going to start off by learning a song, but we're going to learn something that's going to make it way easier to play all the other songs that are coming in front of us. So this is going to be a technical exercise. It's called the Spider V workout. And what we're going to do is we are going to be working with a pick. This pick right here, make sure you have your pick. We're going to be making sure we can coordinate our left and right hands so that when it comes to playing more intricate things, we're not going to be like, well, why is my brain not communicating with my ring finger? I try to move my ring finger, it's moving my index finger instead. We don't want to hear none of that because we're going to work on it so that we can get good finger dexterity and enable our hands to work well with each other, okay? So this is the Spider V workout. Every single student I've ever shown this to, if they get it good, every hard riff, every hard melody, every hard progression becomes way easier. They're able to catch it super quickly. Why? Just because they now have the ability. They have gained a skill in being able to move their hands and cooperate with each other at an increased amount of speed. So this is a very important exercise. Everyone who does it easily gets into the next level. All right? So don't pass it by. Let's zoom in. Let's see what this workout looks like, and I'll break it down for you. 1, 2, 3, let's go. So first of all, you're going to make sure you have a pick on your right hand. You're going to follow your pinky all the way up until the pinky butt. So that's right there. All right. You're going to put it over there. And you're going to rotate it right over there. Now, remember, you want to hold a pick. You stick your finger, point at me. You curl it in. And between this knuckle and the tip of your finger, where your fingernail is, that's where you want the pick to be pointing towards. And then you don't poke your finger like this. You rest it. And you have very little triangle sticking out, very little pick. You don't want to have this much pick. It's too much. You want to take just the tip of it, all right, like a pen. All right, now so we take that pinky butt, we put it at the top of the bridge, which is this white part, and that's how we're going to rotate. I open up my fingers because if I do it as a fist, like this, there's just too much tension, there's too much weight that I'm going with. So we need to shed the weight, shed the load. Let these fingers just hang loose. Don't put them tense and what. Just let them hang loose. You're rotating from the wrist, okay? Rotating like this. All right, so get used to that. You want to really feel it right over here at the top of the bridge. All right, so on your left hand, what we're going to do is index finger on the first fret of the E string. And the pattern is super easy. It's just about getting it coordinated. So make sure you can also do this while tapping your foot so you can stay on beat, okay? So I'm going to go down on my right hand. My right hand is just going to be going with downs, ups, downs, and up. So a down, up, up. All right? That's called alternate picking because I'm alternating between downs and ups. All right, just the same way only strums with down and ups. We never go lefts and rights. We just go downs and ups the same way we pick, with just downs and ups. And I'm going to start off with my index finger on the first fret of the E string, and I'm just going to go with each finger up a fret. So down, up, down, up. I want to focus on good quality of sound. I don't want it to sound like this. All right, what was wrong there is, it's not because I wasn't pressing hard, it's because I'm pressing at the back. So make sure you press at the front. Everything goes at the front. Now, a very important technique thing. You don't want to have your thumb on top over here. If you have it like that, you're going to have a hard time. Your wrist needs to be dropped. All right? So when you drop your wrist, your thumb automatically folds. I'm not trying to hide my thumb like this. That doesn't mean I have a dropped wrist. I'm dropping my wrist, and as a result, the thumb is being taken back, is being pulled back. All right, and then your index finger is going to use a bit of its side. All right, so this is my index finger, a bit on the side. I'm not using the tip. The index finger has to use a little bit of its side so the other fingers can use the tip. If you try and use the index finger tip and all the other ones using the tip, you're going to have a hard time. So make sure you use the side of the index finger, and that the index finger is having its back. The back side of the index finger is pointing towards the head of the guitar. All right, whoa, this is so much stuff, Mr. B. What are you talking about? The back of the finger, the side of the finger, dropping the wrist. What's going on? Yes, these are a lot of technical details, but technical details that'll make you better. So don't just rubbish them. Make sure you pay close attention to them. So index finger using its side, wrist is dropped, back of the index finger pointing this way, so that my tip of my index finger is pointing towards me. If that is happening, that's good. You don't want this to be the case. I find a lot of people trying to do this, and this is weird, where they're turning the index finger the other way around, and the back of the index finger is now pointing towards the sound hole. No, point it towards the head, wrist dropped, all right? So now we're gonna go down with our right hand, and we're gonna go down on the index finger first fret of the E, then middle finger on the second fret of the E, but I'm gonna use an upstroke. So down, up, and notice how I did not remove my index finger. It's still holding on. So down, up, then ring finger on the next fret, down. Notice how these fingers are all on. And then up with my pinky on the fourth fret. Every finger has remained on. I am not playing one note and removing the finger behind it like that. I don't want that, because that's promoting horrible technique. You want all the fingers to remain down. And you want to make sure you're alternating with down ups, down ups, alright? Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Alright, get that really good. This is such an important thing. Don't release the fingers behind. Keep them down and use alternating strokes on your right hand. So now I'm just going to be using the term alternating picking, alright? So you start with a down on a string, up, down, up, and you finish with an up. Super important. Start with a down, finish with an up. Once you've done the E string, you finished it with a pinky. Now you go down a string to the A string, but you move forward a fret. So we started on the first fret on the E string, now we go down and forward a fret. So meaning we're starting on the second fret, and we do the exact same thing. Down, up, all fingers are down. Then I do the exact same thing. I move down a string but forward a fret. So now I'm starting from the third fret. Up, then down and forward, down, up from the fourth fret, down and forward. Notice how my index finger is now on the fifth fret. You want to have some of these markers. So a marker is just a point to know, okay, I'm correct. I can check in the middle to see if I'm correct. So right here, if my index finger is on the fifth fret on the B string, we're A-okay. Alright, so down, up, then sixth fret on the high E, down, up. So let's try to get there slowly. 3, go. Down, up, next string, forward a fret, up, down, up, start every string with a down, up, finish it with an up, down, up, fifth fret on the B string, up, down, up, sixth fret on the high E string. Alright? Now once I get on this E string, the high E string, I'm gonna double it. So the first time I did this from the 6th fret, down, up, I'm gonna double it by just moving it to the 7th fret. And this is gonna begin our ascent. We're gonna ascend diagonally again. So we start on the 7th fret, high E string, down, up. I go up a string and forward a fret to the 8th fret of the B string, down, up. Then I move up a fret, up a string, forward a fret, up a string, down, up. Now I'm on the 10th fret of the D string, down, up, 11th fret of the A string, down, up, 12th fret of the low E string. Alright, right there. That's where I want to be. So starting again from the 6th fret of the high E string, I move it forward on the same string, and now I start ascending. Down, up, and all my fingers are still remaining down until I change a string. Alright, so let's try that from the beginning, just to get up until here. And that's another marker when you have your pinky on the 12th fret on the G string when you're ascending. So you start from the 7th, 8th fret, 9th fret, pinky's on the 12 of the G. And the final point is when your index finger reaches that double dot, the 12th fret of the low E, down, up. When you finish with the up, then you've also done good. You want to make sure you're doing good on both the left hand and right hand, starting every new string with a down and finishing with up. So let's take it from here for the first V. Down, up, down, stay on beat. Down, up, 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 down, double it, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, right. And once your pinky is there, index finger is on the 12th fret of the low E, pinky on the 15th fret of the low E, we now reverse it. We do it backwards. So pinky, ring, middle, index. So down, up, down, up. Then my pinky goes underneath my ring finger. The reason I'm saying underneath my ring finger, it's easy to visualize that. As long as you put your pinky underneath, you'll be in the right place. All right. So in the opposite way, we're putting our index finger underneath our middle finger. All right. That's just an easy way to visualize it. So try and find some things that work for you. All right. So we're gonna go backwards, down, up, down, up. Then underneath where the ring finger was with the pinky, down, up, underneath, down, up. Pinky's on the 12th fret of the G. That means I'm in the right spot. 11th fret. But notice how when I'm going backwards, I can't keep my fingers. It's not possible for me to go to a previous finger if this finger is still in front. So that means fingers are all gonna come off. All right, pinky on the 9th fret. Then once I double it up on the high E string, so let me do that again. Slow it down a little bit. String, I double it the same way, pinky's on the 9th fret. Begin walking up. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. If I reach with my index finger on the 1st fret of the low E, that means I've done it 100% correct, nothing went wrong. And if I finish it with an upstroke, 100%. You want to make sure you get 100% on both sides, okay? So let's try that whole thing nice and slow, forward and in reverse. All right, let's go for it. 3, go. Maintain good technique. Down, up, no buzz. Down, up, 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 down, up. Stay there. Down, up, down. Index finger to the 12th fret. Down, up in reverse. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Notice how I didn't even stop for 1 second. Up, down, 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 up. Double it. Down, up, down. Begin the ascent. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. My wrist is down the entire time. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And once you get comfortable with that, just keep going. Keep it at the same speed. But once you get really comfortable, now speed it up a bit. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Double it. Ascent. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Finish with an up, up. Start again. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, 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 up. Down, up, down, up, down, up. All right, and that is the Spider V workout. The way to get the most out of this is to play it 5 times every single day. And once is equals to when you go forward and in reverse. That is equals to 1. Try and do 5 times. If you can be able to do 5 within 1 minute and 30 seconds, then that is insane. That is really, really impressive. But what's even more impressive if you can do it clean. If it sounds like this, then that is not impressive. That's a cheat code. You can't cheat through it. It has to be clean. You have to get through it clean. So try your best to aim to get 5 within 1 minute 30 seconds and 2 minutes. That is good. If you can get it below 1 minute 30 seconds, that is really good. If you can get it below 1 minute, then you're as good as me. All right. So the goal is to do 5 every single day, and you will increase your finger playing ability. You will not be like every other guitarist out there who did not do this exercise. If you do it, you will be slightly ahead. Yes, you might not have learned a song this lesson, but this is going to help you with every other song we're going to do. All right, so don't take it for granted. Practice it really, really hard. And I'll see you next week for our next groove, which is going to be a shuffle groove.